enough light or whatever. I mean, you all decide that.
Yeah, enough.
That's fine. Okay.
It's looking nice.
Okay. Let's start then. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Okay, I am assuming that everyone here has got some exposure to Vedanta. Some exposure is there, you know what it is about. So, this Upanishad, since people wanted me to do an Upanishad, is called Amritabindu Upanishad. Okay, Amritabindu. Okay, Bindu meaning a drop of Amritam, immortality, nectar of immortality. You know, why is it said that? Okay, yeah. The Upanishad per se. Now, what is an Upanishad? The word is self-explanatory in Sanskrit. Upa and ni are two prefixes. Shad is the root. So, what does Upa stand for? Upa means near. So, you might have heard translation saying to sit near the teacher and learn and all that stuff. Upa means near. Near means what? Near always requires a reference point. Road is near, the airport is far. Now you have a reference point. Road is far, the door is near. Door is far, you're near. You're far, my body is near. Body is far, my mind is near. Mind is far, I'm near. So near means what? Unqualified near. That means something that cannot become far. Because every near thing can become far. Like every far thing can become near. So this is unqualified. So Upa will mean the near, the nearest. What is that? The self, I. Therefore, the word Upa indicates I. Me. The I that can objectify the body, mind, etc. That is aware of the body, mind, and therefore they can become far. They can become out of sight, out of mind, etc. I can never go out of sight. I am always there. I things can come into my mind, things can go. I am always there. Upa stands for that I that's always there. How do you know I am? Are you there? Like someone comes home. Okay. Is so and so here? Let me check. I'll let you know. You can check. Are you there? Let me check. I'll let you. You don't have to. Self-evident. Na? I am is self-evident. I didn't have to say, I think, therefore I am. Therefore, what happens when you don't think? There are times when you don't think. In between two thoughts, you don't think anyway. First thought, gone. Second thought. In between, you're not thinking. That means are you there or not there? You're always there. I. Upa stands for this I. Self-evident but not very clearly known. Upa. Ni stands for Nischayatmaka Jnanam, meaning definite knowledge. Nischayam. Nischayam in Sanskrit means to be definite, clear cut. No doubts. No doubts. Nischayatmaka Jnanam is Ni. So now you have two prefixes, Upa and Ni. Therefore, Upa and Ni together will mean self-knowledge. Clear cut, definite knowledge about the self. Then you don't need the shad. It almost looks like that. Shad, the dhatu, the root, reveals what it does. What does this knowledge do? Ajnanam nashayati. The ignorance about myself is destroyed. Now, this is a fundamental premise that all of us have self ignorance, which is true. Supposing I come to London and take an ad in a newspaper or TV or whatever saying the Swami from India is coming and he's going to speak on self knowledge. You will get 30, 40 people standing in front. And supposing I were to say, I don't know you guys. I don't know you're from Adam. I don't know your names. How come you are coming to listen to me about self knowledge? I don't know you guys. Now, where did they land up? Because you know that you don't fully understand yourself. Why do people go for therapy and psychology? Somewhere they know. They don't understand themselves fully. Because this I that is never far, it's self evident. But it's always shrouded in self ignorance. You're aware of yourself, but you don't know yourself fully. Supposing we are walking on the road. After dinner, we decided to go for a walk. You're aware there is something there, something along. You don't know what it is. Your mind can jump to a conclusion. Hey, it's a snake. It may be just a rope. But your mind will jump to the conclusion. Similarly, all our minds have jumped to certain conclusions about who we are, what we are. And many of these conclusions have been picked up in your upbringing. You just picked up conclusions about myself. Your parents gave you some things to do and you did it because as a kid, you want to please your parents. Rebellion starts later. As a kid, you want to play. Oh, you're such a responsible person. So the label responsible stuck. And you became responsible throughout life. Somebody was treated like an idiot, the person became an idiot. Very often there are labels. Male, female label, biological label based on the body. Tall, short, fat, again labels. I'm the body, also a label. I'm a human being, a label. What is the difference between an Indian and a Briton? You're born. When accident of birth there, accident of birth here. It could have been the other way around also. So, but who am I really? Not very clear. And why this happens? It's like an actor on a stage. Who's a famous Brit actor? Anyone? A British actor?
Hugh Grant.
Huh?
Hugh Grant.
Okay, sure. This gentleman. Okay, he's given. Now, for a change, he's doing theater. Yeah. And this is a typical Bollywood presentation. Okay, an Indian Bollywood director has come to him. Yes, to make a Bollywood style film using English actors. Cross cultural stuff, no, new thing comes here. And this gentleman is dressed as a beggar. The hobo is the hero in this production. He's comfortable playing the role of a hobo, or a hobo is a term used in
Tramp,
UK also?
we say.
Huh?
Tramp.
As a tramp,
Tramp,
okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Charlie Chaplin, the tramp. Okay, the tramp. Okay. He's playing the tramp. He's happy playing the tramp. He's going to be a rich man in this. He's going to get a lot of money. So it's fine. And it's a Bollywood style, Indian style presentation. So he's supposed to go to this restaurant or this bar, and the bouncer says, "No way," pushes him out. He's supposed to fall down, get up, and break into a song. What does the world know? This is Bollywood style thing. So today on the stage, he does that, and the bouncer pushes him a little too hard. He got carried away with the push. This guy falls, strikes his head on the floor. For a few seconds, he's unconscious. Well, just a second or two. He gets up. And people watching. What method acting. See how natural it looks. He gets up. And certain fundamental, today the song is not coming into his mind. Certain fundamental questions are coming. Who am I? What am I? And the director is prompting from the wings, This guy looks at himself. I am dressed as a tramp. I must be a tramp. And that bouncer there is treating me like a tramp. I must be a tramp. I forgot whom I am. And I concluded, based on my appearance, on the way people are treating me. Today the song won't come. Now today there is an audience for him to ask for, to panhandle, to ask for a few dollars or a few pounds, whatever. What has happened? Don't know yourself. You'll make a self-judgment based on what you're associated with. It's happened to all of us. We are born ignorant about who I am. We are born ignorant of the world. You don't know anything. That she's my mother is a later conclusion. Warm, comfortable, source of nourishment. That's all I know. When I'm born, what do I know? Then slowly you start developing knowledge. Oh, this nice lady is mom. That person is dad. Oh, what am I? I'm not too sure. The ego develops later, 1 year, 2 years. The rudimentary starts developing, but later. Haven't you seen babies? They put their finger, everything goes into the mouth because that's the most developed sense organs at that time. And then you put the towel in the mouth. Oh, when I put the towel in the mouth, sensation is only here, not there. When I put the finger, there's sensation here, sensation here. Oh, this must be part of me then. These are all the subconscious conclusions that happen as a child. You grow. You can go pick up enough knowledge, go to the moon and come back. Go to Mars, come back little later. That technology that has to develop of taking off from Mars and coming. But it'll develop. Few years, they'll be there. All this, we kept shedding ignorance of the world. We kept shedding ignorance of our body. Oh, yeah, God. Last 20 years, how much more aware we are of the body and the knowledge, aware of the mind and how it functions. All this we have developed. What about who you are? Sitting quietly. That ignorance. Not had an opportunity to shed, to be negated. So the self-ignorance makes me conclude who I am, what I am. And nobody is happy with that conclusion. We'll talk about self-love, self-acceptance. It's all limited. Given a chance, you would be different. Would you want to be a little bit taller, 2 inches? Oh yeah. Little shorter? Oh yes. Weight loss? Definitely. Even if you're okay, who doesn't want to lose a couple of kilos? Today's world, everyone wants to lose a couple of kilos. Though I see 2-3 people here who can afford to put on a couple of kilos. And of course, we can always lose our COVID weight, which we are not lost. It's okay. Anyway, our 6-pack days are over. Now the days for full pack. Yeah. So self-acceptance, all this is very limited because nobody is fully happy with the conclusion of who they are, what they are. That's why we always romanticize our childhood. Childhood days are romanticized. Yeah, oh, it was so fun. You should see in India how many songs you have about childhood days. All are Hindi songs, half of them are from that. Yeah, full of romanticizing. Ask a child. So morning to night, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. It was a pain. You're not old enough for this. You're not old enough. Who wants to be? That's why you're in a hurry to grow up. Half the things you're not ready for. What the heck? I'm ready. I can do it. Oh, God. Yeah. Nobody is happy with concluding who I am. In the vision of the Upanishads, there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect. You're a complete human being. Ananda, nothing but fulfillment. A fulfilled being. That's what you are. In my own vision, I'm anything but that. So many things I have to do still. I think an English poet said that the woods are lonely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. Forget the name of the poet. Was it Frost? I'm not sure. Robert Frost, I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Anyway, you can Google search that later. Yeah. This is all of it. At the end of the life, also, you feel, no, I could have done this, could have done a bit more. I wish I had not done that. Don't worry. Even if you live 300 years, you'll say, so many things I have to regret about. Longer you live, the longer regrets you will have. Not only of what you did, what you didn't. I had a chance, I should have taken that. No, I didn't do it. That is my vision of myself. The vision of the Upanishad is you are a fulfilled being, all fine. Completely, totally fine, as you are. Which I would like to be. So, definite knowledge destroys the self-ignorance. Shad. The meaning of the word shad. I started off from there, digressed into what self-knowledge is about and why necessary. Shad destroys the self-knowledge. Self-ignorance, sorry. The self-knowledge destroys the self-ignorance I have. It negates all the bad things I don't want in my life. The conclusions, the guilt, the hurt, the pain that I carry in my heart. Which heart is free from guilt and pain? Tell me. You can live 20 years in today's civilization and not carry hurt and guilt. Guilt with respect to what I did to the world, hurt with respect to what I received from the world. Can't avoid it. Part of life. Freedom from that. Freedom from all my negative karmas. Why did I do that? Why did I not do that? Freedom from all of that. All this is negated. And Brahma Gamayati, the third meaning of Shad, is it takes me to my own real nature of Ananda, of joy and fulfillment. This is what the word Upanishad means. The traditional meaning of the word Upanishad is this. That means what? It is not a theory or a practice. In traditional teaching, we respect the Upanishad, the same respect I give to my eyes. Supposing I were to tell you all, okay, look at this beautiful rabbit in my hands. Can you see this rabbit? Nice, you see? Not one of you is going to believe it, isn't it? If anybody says something, I wish I could believe you, please don't. A pair of my reading glasses, okay. Pair of glasses. Why? Don't you have trust in me with all my robes and my beard and everything? Come on, yaar. No Shraddha? Samajhi, Shraddha is there, but my Shraddha in my eyes is more. Why? Because your eyes are a source of knowledge called pramanam in Sanskrit. Pramakaranam pramanam, that which gives you knowledge. So how do you treat your eyes? Similarly, you'll treat the Upanishad because the Upanishad is giving you knowledge about who you are, what you are. So you treat it in the same manner. So really speaking, the person is not important. The teaching is important. But Upanishad is in the form of words, and they require a certain unfoldment. Because what you're dealing with, the Upanishad will say that, is something which is limitless. Through finite words, limited words, you have to reveal the limitless. That takes a certain way of handling the words. So that's why the person becomes important. Otherwise, the person is not important. The knowledge is important. The finite words to reveal the infinite. Now, that is a little bit tricky, to say the least. That's why you need. That's why the guru, etc., has made a lot of hoo-ha is there about the guru because of that. Okay, because the handling of the words. So this is the meaning of the word Upanishad. Clear up to now, or any questions or any clarifications? Okay. Feel free to ask any questions. Also. Okay, don't have to wait until I finish talking everything. Yeah. So let us go into what the Upanishad itself says. Okay. So he starts by laying certain requirements for the knowledge to work in you. Any body of knowledge, you're studying anything, there are certain entry level requirements, isn't it? Like if I want to study calculus, advanced mathematics, I didn't have a professor to teach me, therefore I had not studied calculus. Finally, I found one. He's willing to take a personal class for me. So he asked me, have you studied algebra? Because you need algebra to study calculus. Have you studied algebra? I said, what is that? I don't know. X plus y the whole squared is x squared plus y squared plus 2xy. What is this x and y? This is my condition. Okay. All right. You don't know algebra. Then let us see. Do you know simple arithmetic at least? Two plus two multiplied by 3 minus 2. What will that be? Oh, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 into 3 is 12. 12 minus 2 is 2. 10. Sorry, you're off. You're not followed the sequencing and the important. Multiplication, division takes importance over simple addition. Left to right you work. All that's cool. No? Nowadays, modern this is like that. So I should have done the 2 plus 3 is 6. And then 8, then minus 2. I'm doubtful about that. Does it mean I cannot study calculus? You can, but not now. You have to work on this. You have to start working from here and come to algebra. Then, of course, we'll teach you calculus. So, similarly, certain ground requirements are laid here. Remember, there's supposed to be a secret doctrine and secret knowledge. Upanishads are presented like a secret doctrine. Nobody is denied the knowledge. We are not elitist. No. Nobody is denied. At the same time, you strike a note of caution. Hey, if this knowledge has to work in you, certain things have to be taken care of. So what are the qualifications? Should I know Sanskrit? Well, either the teacher or the student should know Sanskrit. Because it happens to be in Sanskrit. See, one of them knows Sanskrit, the job can be done. Okay. Because it can be explained in any language. My friend, my junior, explains it in what language do you speak in Brazil?
Portuguese.
Portuguese, probably.
Portuguese,
No?
yeah.
Yeah. He explains it in Portuguese. He's a great teacher. He's got a Padma Shri.
I know, amazing.
His teacher, who happens to be my batchmate, also got a Padma Shri, Gloria.
Uh-huh.
So,
I don't know.
because, hey, me teaching in India is simple. Everyone knows about the culture supports it. But to teach in Brazil, what I remember about Brazil is from my sailing days, the carnival. I was a sailor before I became a monk. So carnival and things like that. And there to teach Vedanta is something. So not a wonder he is honored. So it can be explained in any language. Language is not a barrier. Okay. And therefore, those are not the qualification. Then what is the qualification? He starts with that. Okay. He says in the first verse, he says, Mano hi dividam proktam Shuddham cha shuddham evacha
Sorry?
Shuddham kamas. You want to chant along with it?
This, I think there's one verse on the first page.
First verse is this.
Yeah.
Mana eva manusha.
That is second.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That is second. Yeah, that's
That's
second.
my mistake.
Okay. Mano hi dividam. You want to chant along with this, or
Yeah.
would you like to chant? Okay.
There's a message.
Okay.
Let's just see. I don't know. Maybe it's normal.
Okay. He says, Mano hi dividam proktam Ashuddham kama sankalpam Shuddham kama varsham. Mano hi dividam, your mind is talked about in a twofold manner. Simple class. Okay. No, we are not going too much of things. Okay. Shuddham, Ashuddham. Something that's very clear or something that is muddied up. Okay. Shuddham means pure. Pure means very clear and right? Or something that is muddied up. Ashuddham kama sankalpam. Ashuddham, that which is not clear, is held a victim of its own desires. Own desires, what you like, what you don't like. I love my wife. That's fine, great. Mother-in-law, please. Common, common thing. Oh, I love the whole of humanity, except my neighbor. I can't stand him. See, hey, it's only a human being that can desire. Okay. I mean, a human being can get up in the morning and what shall I have for breakfast today? Should I have an omelette or a cutlet? Human being can have the desire. A cow doesn't get up in the morning and say, what shall I eat? It can't have a desire. It's only a human being that can have a desire. So desire is not a problem. By victimized by your own desire is a problem. When you're victimized by your own desire, that is a problem. When your desire prevents you from doing what should be done. When your desire robs you, your peace of mind, that's a problem. When your desire makes you feel helpless, when your desire makes you feel frustrated, when your desire robs you of your sleep, when your dislike is also included into desire, when your desire and hatred keeps you awake and pushes up your stress levels, then it's a problem. Yeah, I dislike certain things. I dislike what's happening in UK right now. The cultural invasion that's happening, and I dislike that. I don't think that should be done. When you go to another country, you respect the rules of the country and integrate into that country. You maintain your own culture, everything fine, but you integrate. That's what I believe in. Yeah. So I dislike that. Does it keep me awake? No. As an Indian, that's not my problem. I can point it out, but the people here and the government should deal with that. Keeps you awake? No. Keeps you disturbed? No. You recognize it. That's it. As long as it's like that, there is no issue. But when you start ranting and raving and Facebook posts, Instagram post, and all right, you made a post, really done. No. No. Okay, be an activist. Do something about it. Fine. But are you building up counter hate, counter anger, and getting into that trap of a reverse script? Then that mind is a problem for you. I don't like this person. So let there be some space. Let there be some emotional space, if not physical. Because he happens to be your neighbor now, what to do? Let there be some emotional space. You're okay with that. I got stand up. I'll get him to move out. Relax. It's a free country. If people want to be an idiot, they have the right to be an idiot. Yeah. So what's your problem with that? As long as you're not physically harmed, they're okay. Okay. Are you seeing what I'm trying to say? That the desire or dislike, what you like or dislike, is not an issue. It's an issue when it disturbs you, when it prevents you from doing it, when it becomes obsessive. You can't deal with it. No, then it's a problem. So how to take care of that later on? If there's time, we'll also deal with that. Shuddham kama varjitam. Then what is the clean mind? When you're not troubled by your own desire. I'm fine. I'm a fulfilled being. Now, I am a fulfilled being is entirely a different thing. Yeah. So that's what the Upanishad is going to talk about. Okay. All right. That's the verse 1. Then he says, Mana eva manusyanam karanam bandha mokshayo bandhaya vivishya saktam muktam nirvishayam smritam. The second verse, building up on the first verse. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandham. The mind alone is the karanam for your bondage or your moksha. Moksha is liberation from a sense of finitude. As a human being, we all suffer from that sense of finitude. I'm limited. I can't do this. I can't do that. Physically, I'm limited. Emotionally, intellectually, resource-wise. But human being means a limited life. And we don't like that limitation. That's why the modern dream becomes bigger house, bigger car. That's a modern dream and our idea of success. Nothing wrong with it. You want a bigger house, then you got a big house. Okay. Last time when I came, I was staying with this friend of mine. Beautiful house. Oh wow. 3 levels. Beautiful. And 4 bedrooms. And more important, 4 bathroom toilets. Which is unheard of in England, isn't it?
Yeah.
4 bedroom house with 4 bathroom and toilets. Wow. So ground floor, nice, huge hall, kitchen, dining, and a bathroom toilet which guests can use. First floor, master bedroom, guest bedroom, again 2 bathroom toilets, TV room, top floor, 2 room for the kids, 2 kiddies room with bathroom toilet. Great house. Huge. Must be 5,000 square feet. And then I got a call from them. I was discussing things. I said, no, Swamiji, we are thinking of selling off this house. Why? Both the kids are gone to the university. Just 2 of us. What are we going to do with this big house? The kids will start their own life. They will move out once they finish their education. What are you going to do with this house? I said, but what happened? Bigger, better. You know how difficult it is to maintain it. I said, you have a nice, and have a nice party. What's that? Great. Have friends over. That's true, Swamiji. I can even order the food and everything. But after all the guests have left, the cleaning up. You all know what I'm talking about, isn't it? So I'm smart. If I have to entertain somebody, I'll say, let's go to a local restaurant. And they all fine with it because I am a single person living alone. No, okay. I'm joking, but that apart, what the idea is that better always. Okay, bigger, better, but then there's a limitation there also. This sense of limitation and finitude that you experience in day to day is called bondage. Freedom from that is what we are calling as liberation, moksha. It's a sense. Now, you might have also read that bondage is birth and death. Now, birth and death is indication. Indicating what? Because these two events you have no control over. Birth, did anybody ask you whether you want to be born? Nobody. Yeah. Being born also, the timing is not up to you. Unless you're a great rebel and you come out prematurely. Then there is some sort of control. Death. In India, we have a saying in Hindi, I'm so busy, I don't have time to die. मरने को भी फुर्सत नहीं है. You'll say that in Hindi. Don't worry. When death comes, everyone has a time. You'll drop everything and be ready for it. Choiceless, isn't it? How do you know when death is coming? I can be talking here and I can drop down. No problem for me. Problem for the hosts and Nisha and everything and what's my problem? So you have no control over these two things. Yeah, no control. We suddenly confront them when some accident happened. Boeing, 37 seconds after taking off, it. Samji, are you going by Boeing? Yeah. You sure your flight is a Boeing flight? I said, yeah, I know. Samji, it is a bit. No, it's not risky. Why? Because Boeing, they would have double checked all the Boeings. You're safest to fly. True, you're the safest of fly because they would have done all the double checks, doubly sure. Even though airline may not publicly say it's the fault of the machine, they'll always double check. Like I used to take groups into the Himalayas. Every year, Ganga claims one busload of people. One busload will go into the Ganga. So I'd always go after Ganga has claimed one busload. All right, is there a guarantee that she'll not claim a second busload? Life is like that, who knows? It indicates your limitation, that you lack complete lack of control. And in life, we always want control. No? And to control our life, I must be in charge of my life. You're not in charge. So this feeling of helplessness is what is called bondage. Freedom from that is moksha. And he says, your mind can be the reason for it. What do you mean? Bandhaya Vishyasaktam. What is a bondage? He says, he gives it one perspective of it. He says, Vishyena Asaktam. Asaktam is to be dependent on, to be caught up in. Your emotional dependency on the people and things in your life. Love can make an excellent relationship. But if you're emotionally dependent, the other person will feel choked, smothered, suffocated. Because you're emotionally dependent. I need you all that. You don't look at me. You don't even give me a smile. You don't give me a hug. Oh my God. This is getting a bit too much. Beginning is nice. Oh, she needs me. After some time, beginning it feels nice. In the first flush of love, it feels nice. After that, what? Once you're 50-year-old, what happens? You ask an Indian wife, she'll tell you, "Ah, that's all enough. Okay, be there." They have their own work. We have our own terms for it, isn't it? Adi onnu vanda. Should say this in a local language. You get suffocating because emotional dependency, and we use expressions. Oh, I love my car. If you love your car, one small scratch on it will be more. My heart has got scratched. You're so emotionally dependent, and they're all finite things. They will go. They will. Yeah. How far does a new car remain a new car? The moment from the showroom you're driven it home, depreciation. Try to sell it back. Oh, no, you have to cut off something. You can't buy it back at the same price. But I just bought it 1 hour back. That's okay. You drove it home and it's gone. Values come down. And the whole thing is like this. Okay. So I stay in the place which my mom no more, but this story is nice for us to understand this. And we Indians are good at preserving things. We have things, and it lasts a long time. Even this phone, like my last phone, last 7 years or something, I used it. So 7 years, one phone, you didn't change it, no? Why is it working? Good condition. Yeah. So we are good at that. So my mother used to come home. She's staying with my sister. First thing, she'll go into the kitchen, naturally. Hey, where is that ladle? Oh my God, that ladle is broken. I used it for 30 years. It was not broken. You broke it in 1 year. No, mom, it broke in 31 years. 30 years and your use, 1 year, my use. Right? It highlights the fact that nothing lasts. And if my heart is in that thing, what will happen? Like people who are investing in the share market, as the senses goes up and down, my heart is also going up and down. Because hey, it's a share market, is a balloon, it's bound to burst sometime. All balloons burst. Look at it. As a kid, you played with a balloon. The balloon burst. And your father was very philosophical. That balloon, Baba, is bound to burst. Next day, the share market balloon burst. And the child says, Daddy, share market balloon? Yeah, it burst. You told me yesterday balloons burst. The child is gonna whack. With an Indian parent, you're gonna whack definite. But it's right, no? It's a balloon. So if I'm emotionally dependent, to like something is good. If you like something, you'll keep it in good condition. Fine. Nice. Good. That much is fine. You like your car. All right. You'll take care of it well. It's a car. To be emotionally dependent is to invest yourself into that. You're projecting yourself into that thing or that person. The person will feel suffocated. The car, you'll suffer a loss. You will lose. And the person feels suffocated and say, I want some space. So that Vishya Saktam, that is bondage, he says. And he says, Muktam Nirvishayam. You're free from that. Okay, to give you an example, let's say typical how you find your life partners and things. First one, I need you, therefore I love you. Beginning, I need you, therefore I love you. A little bit more mature form, I love you, therefore I need you. That's a bit more mature. Because of my love for you, I need you. It's not my need is not dictating my love. My love is saying I need you. Great. Then what would be the next form, which is really good, but people, very few people reach there? I don't need you, but I love you all the same. I don't need you, but I love you. I choose to be with you. Now that is the most mature form. Very few people reach that level. That level, with respect to the whole world, is called moksha. For that, you need to find a lot of fulfillment in yourself. I'm so happy and joyful. I can be joyful with you or without you. I can be joyful with something, without something. With comfort, I'm joyful. Without comfort, I'm equally joyful. If I can have that heart, that is called moksha. Desirable for everyone. To be so full and complete. Things come and go, but you're a joyful guy. In I remember one of the English poems. I don't remember the author now, it's long, long back. The king was despondent and listless. And so they are called for doctors from all over, healers and doctors from all over. Okay. So two famous doctors came. One was grave and serious, well known for his craft. The other one was happy and jolly. Why? If his patient healed, they paid him well. If they died, their relatives paid him double. If their inheritors paid him. So he was a happy guy, jolly guy. The first said, there is no cure for the king. Off with his head, the king said, in a 10-knot gale of royal rage. The second one was asked, what is the cure? The king will be cured if he wears the shirt of a happy man. So they went around the kingdom looking for a happy man. Finally, they found one sitting under a tree, joyful, happy. Says, you want to buy your shirt? Name your price. And the man says, I don't have a shirt. If you can be like that, imagine what your condition is. With things, without things. You put this guy in the palace, you think he will not be happy? If he's happy there, he'll be happy anywhere. That sense of fulfillment that comes from within. That is moksha. I mean, Indian things is full of stories like this. I mean, not only India, all over the world you find stories like this. Alexander the Great came to India. Okay, there's a stalemate in that war with Prithvi and all that. So he walked in. Everyone was hailing Alexander the Great. All the way from Greece, he managed to come up to India. Great thing. One guy sitting under a tree, he refused to get up and salute. The soldiers picked him and put him into the prison. So next day, Alexander visited him. He says, why didn't you not acknowledge me? I didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
So you do what you feel like? Yeah. If I felt like acknowledging you, I would have. I'm a simple man living under a tree. What does it matter whether I acknowledge you or not? It should not matter to you. Says, do you know? I'm Alexander. I can chop off your head right now. Oh, I'm not afraid of death. It has to come, it'll come. It's not in your hands, in the hands of the Lord. You seem to be a wise man. My teacher had told me that India has got some wise people like this. Maybe. I don't know. I'd like to give you something. What can I give you? Ask. In India, we have a tradition. A beggar will not ask from another beggar.
Sorry.
You may be a beggar. I'm the king. I'm the emperor. No, I'm a beggar. But my needs are satisfied if I beg in this down this road. People recognize me and they give me some alms, for which I'm fine. I'm happy. You're not happy in Greece. You have to come all the way to India and you're still not happy. Because the thousands of people that acknowledge you are not satisfied with that. You want me also to acknowledge. One guy didn't acknowledge you. So you're a bigger beggar than I am. Are you getting the idea? It's nice to get validation from others. Is it a need? If it's a need, you're unhappy. Who doesn't like validation? The wisest of people are saying, they feel nice if someone validates them. Good. Is it necessary? Is it your need? Does your joy and fulfillment depend on that validation? If it depends, then you're a normal human being, but not a fulfilled person. You're a normal human being, but not a fulfilled person. This is about being a fulfilled person, where you're fine with the validation, you're fine without it. You're fine with things, you're fine without things. You're fine with people in your life, you're fine with people without them in your life. All the way you're fine. That is called moksha. That's what the Upanishad is trying to say. So it's giving you an idea of certain mindset, of certain balance, of getting a balance before you even study. So work on your emotional independence. Work on you having the things are not having you. Everything in life, a good example would be like alcohol. In the beginning, you are having a drink, which is fine. You having a drink, you're a free person. You have a drink, no issues. After some time, the drink starts having you because you can't do without it. Evening 6 o'clock, you start getting messages. You start becoming telepathic. Why? You hear the sound. Come on, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. 6 o'clock, happy hours, pick me up. Then is a problem. I mean, all of us get messages like this. Like sometimes I'm reading something in the night and say, good, nice. Now I suddenly hear a voice from the fridge. I'm waiting for you here. Why don't you come here? The dark chocolate sitting inside. And then you wait. I already had you after dinner. Not tomorrow. If you can do that, you're okay. If you can do that, you're okay. All my regular students know my love for chocolates. Like others also know. So in Bombay, there is a joke. All of my students who go abroad, when they come back, they have to pay me immigration tax. Immigration tax is a bar of chocolate. Hey, can you do without it? Can you put in the fridge? And, so much. You not eaten all the chocolates? No, I'm eating one piece at a time. One piece after lunch. That's it. That much is fine. Meant for the tongue, not for the stomach. You can do that, you're fine. You can desire the world. What's your problem? There's no issue. If that is how it is. Otherwise, it becomes an issue. So to work on that emotional independence on this. Tell me when you need a break at 10:30? Okay. So all this is part of the game. So to work on this, in fact, to work on being a mature person. What is maturity in a nutshell? Now, if you look into the books of Vedanta, they give you a long list of what all is. I will put it in simple terms. Think clearly, feel deeply, act decisively, without feeling emotionally dependent on anything. That's it. You're done. You made your life.
It's easy to say that.
Think clear, feel strong, act decisively. Most of us delete and can I do this, can I do that? That's maturity. Yeah. What else is maturity? Yeah. If you can do that, you're great. You're fine. No issues. Yeah. So this is all preparation for Vedanta. Okay? Preparatory. Yeah. Once you do this, then such a person comes to Vedanta. Oh my God, it's a walkover. It's not difficult. It's simple. It's joyful. People are, Swamiji, what did you sacrifice? You must have sacrificed a lot to get in here. What sacrifice? I'm getting the limitlessness. What sacrifice is there? It's a good investment. Giving me a job, this is their investment into this. Good payoff. Yeah. I gave up little to get the limitless. I mean, do you have to give up? No, you don't have to. You can continue your normal life. All my students are like that. They live a normal life and then they get this along with everything else. Yeah. So that's it. Then he says, Yato nirvishasya manas Yato nirvishasya manasa muktirishyate Ato nirvishayam nityam manah karyam mumukshana. Yataha manasaha mukti. Okay, yataha muktihi ishyate. If you are desirous of liberation, of that freedom, he says, manasaha nirvishaya asya. Asya manasaha, for this mind, nirvishayatvam. The mind is no more dependent on things. You can like a thing, but not get emotionally dependent on it. Nirvishayasya. Therefore, he says, Ataha nirvishayam nityam manah karyam mumukshanam. Therefore, mumukshus. Who's a mumukshu? Mumukshu is one who is desirous of moksha. One who wants that fulfillment. Now, I don't see a single human being not wanting it. Everyone wants fulfillment. Who doesn't want to be happy in life? Who doesn't want to be happy and fulfilled? Everyone wants to. But people have not discerned the means for it. They think this will give them happiness, that will give them happiness. It's like people come and tell me, Swamiji, I climbed the ladder of success. I reached the top. Then what happened? Wrong wall. I climbed the wrong wall. I wish I had done something else. Don't worry. That someone else you admire who has done something else, he's feeling the same thing. Those who are single, you say, I'm single, yeah. Look at that person, happily married, settled with kids. And that guy is thinking, what? Look at that guy here, no responsible, nothing. Look at the freedom he has got. I wish I was like that. I've forgotten the days when I felt like that. In Hindi, in the place where I come from, we have a statement. We call it Shadi ka laddu. When you get married, you distribute this sweet called a laddu. It's a round ball-like thing, sweet. खाएगा तो भी पछताएगा, नहीं खाएगा तो भी पछताएगा. If you eat it, you will regret. If you don't eat it, also you will regret. When you get married, also you will regret. You don't get married, also. The English poet Keats, I think, said it very nicely. We look before and after and pine for what is not. Our sweetest songs with some sadness is fraught. Skylark. Shelley, I think, not Keats. Phoebe Shelley, the Skylark. He said, yeah. I hope the Brits here are comfortable with that. Okay. This is how life is. Yeah. Therefore, muktihi ishyate nirvishayasya. Ataha nirvishayam nityam mana kuryat mumukshu. Therefore, what? Be free. If you are a mumukshu, first step, get that freedom from your dependency on objects. Now that's easier said. Let me elaborate that a bit, because 3 verses we have been seeing only being nirvishaya. Okay. How do you go about it? That is the big question. How do you go about it is a big question. How do you get this nirvishaya? First step would be to examine your desire and see why do you desire a thing. So this is important. Okay, this is a very important thing, because we always are dictated by our desires. And we all have realized we can't fulfill all our desires. Can't. Yeah. All our desires can never. There was no stage in your life when every desire of yours was fulfilled. Even as a baby, you had very doting parents. Parents who gave you everything. But there was always a time when they said no to one more sweet, no to some more chocolate. I said, no, enough of today. No. No to sitting up late. No, enough. Go to bed now. Time for you. It's already past your bedtime. Go. So you wanted to set up that from simple desires like that to jobs, that careers, life partners. There's always a time. Therefore, if you're going to depend on your desires for fulfillment, someone said, happiness depends upon number of desires fulfilled upon number of desires entertained. It's always a fraction. You will be very unhappy. No, that's not the way. An intelligent person will look at this. Why am I having this desire? Okay. Like this guy, young man comes and tells me, Swami, I want a job. Job? Where do you want a job? Because I want to earn. I want to make some money. Where do you want to make some money? Well, life needs you need. Now you can't do anything without money. Okay. So money is what you need. No? I'll tell you. In Bombay, this works very well. I'll be economically intelligent about it. Say, no. You can't depend on jobs for success in life, for making money. I'll tell you what. There's a street food called vada pav. Have you heard about this? It's a low-cost Indian version of your burger. Low-cost Indian version and a spicier version of your burger. It's a potato patty inside and a bun which is more like a pav, a local variety. Okay. It's becoming very famous abroad also nowadays. Vada pav, we call it. It's in Bombay, you'll get it for 15 bucks. Now, what is 15 bucks in terms of shillings? 1.5 shillings. That's it, that low cost. Okay. This vada pav guy, open a vada pav stall. I know this guy. He makes 10,000 rupees profit every day. No, I'm joking. The guy down at the end of my road, he sells a vada pav. He works only 5 hours a day. Comes at 4 o'clock, knocks off at 9 o'clock in the night. And 4 o'clock in the evening, 9 o'clock in the night. And he makes 10,000 bucks. 10,000 bucks in any society, you will be rich. No? UK will be 1,000 pounds a day. 1,000 pounds a day in UK would be considered well off. One day you're getting 1,000 pounds. And he works only half a day.
150.
Huh? 100
10,000.
10,000, yeah. That's why.
So about 90 pounds.
90 pounds? Okay.
Yeah.
No. Multiply by 100, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 9,000. Okay, 100 pounds.
9.
Roughly, let's say. 100 pounds quite well off. No?
Yeah, very.
Every day you're making it quite well off. And in India, is even more. 10,000 bucks is much more. Yeah, much more. This is start a vada pav stall. Why don't you? No, Swami, I can't do that. And you know, I have qualified as an engineer. I said, so what? You make it that your brand, engineer vada pav. A lot of people will come. Like all tea walas have become chai walas, stall become very popular in Bombay after Modi. Modi tonight, last night he left, I think.
Yes, yes.
Last night he left. Yeah. Very popular after that chai wala. Now chai wala is a brand. Yeah.
It's a registered brand in UK.
Yeah, I'm sure people will start Modi chai wala.
It's a registered brand.
Once he's gives up the prime minister's
Chai
post,
wala.
they will start.
He's not an Indian. It's there in Watford when you enter the
Yeah, so see, you get it. So
But
start
there are so many. Even in East Ham, there are
Yeah.
a lot of chai wala.
chai walas. So it'll become a brand. Start. Swamiji, why? There's no social standing. There's no respect from my peers. Your stated desire was a job. Money, from job it shifted to money. From money it shifted. Not only money, also shows social standing, respect of peers. Now look at it. One desire. What all is behind that? This is your priority in life. The need behind the desire. If you can shift from the desire to the priority behind it, you'll find there are 100 ways of fulfilling the priority. You will not get emotionally dependent on your need. Can you see what I'm trying to say? There's no more a need now. You are functioning at the level of priorities. Like this young man was coming to my class very regularly, youngster, 25-year-old youngster coming to a Vedanta class. Oh my, that's good. Okay. So here he was coming. After that, he started missing classes. So when a youngster misses classes, I know exactly what the reason is about. He's fallen in love somewhere in evening class. He has to go out with his girl. I mean, I can understand that. So after some time, he came and introduced the girl to me, and I had a chat and all that. So I didn't think they were compatible. I may be wrong, but my thing was, I said, have you talked to your parents about it and committed yourself? Oh, yes, son, we want to get married, this, that, etc. I said, okay. I said, you have my best wishes, but please rethink on everything, all issues. So after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, he comes back to the class, grown his beard, unshaven look. I said, champ, what happened? The girl's father put her foot down. He says, you're not even economically independent. You just got a small job, just started working. How are you going to maintain a family and things like that? And the girl agreed with him. And she broke up with me. Now, are you going to start a full-time course? I want to join and become a monk. Typical Indian scenario, okay? I said, okay, yeah, not right now, after a few months. But you keep coming for the class and go for some counseling if you need some. Yeah, okay. Or come to me, I'm okay. So after about a month or two, he smartened up and became a normal self. Then, another few months, he started disappearing again. I said, good. Then one day he walks into the class with a sheaf of envelopes in his hand, things like that. Obviously, some invitation. I said, hey, champ, you had asked me for a full-time course room. Samji, that's fine, but I want to give my first invitation for my marriage. I said, rascal, you had sworn not to look at another woman after that girl ditched you. What happened now? What happened now? The priority came up. To love and be loved, that is a human priority. Is it a guarantee that you'll marry the first person you love. I have known only 3 or 4 cases among all the people I know. 100 people who are married for love. I mean, 3, 4 cases the first love has worked out. Otherwise, first love is generally not doesn't work out. We were too young to make it work out. How many childhood sweethearts get married and stay married? That's even more important. Rare. Too young. No, but the priority that you need to be, you need for love. That's a priority. It's a human priority to love and be loved. That is there. It doesn't work out with one person. Nobody is going to grow their beard and all in today's world and live like that. No? Devdas time. They're going to get married to somebody else. I mean, it'll happen. They'll find somebody else. They'll move on in life. Why? Because your priority. What is your priority? That's important. So if you live by your priority, you don't get emotionally dependent, isn't it? Because you know, if it doesn't work out here, it'll work out somewhere else. If this job doesn't give me, another job can get. Yeah. If this doesn't give me the money I want, an entrepreneurship will give me. That's it. There's one community that's very smart and they recognize this. And you rarely find a Muslim working for another person. They all are entrepreneurs. All are entrepreneurs. They're smart. They're not dependent on a job for their money. Yeah. They're smart people. Yeah. So to shift now, priorities. Then the emotional, you still want things, and that's fine. But you're no more dependent. You know the other ways of working it out. This doesn't work, something else will work. This may be the best option for the time being, so I'll take it up. It's okay, fine. Nothing will become your life mission. Okay. There's a certain freedom in that. To no more chase my desires, I'm running around like a headless chicken. To be shifting to deeper priorities in life, because you can have 100 desires, all of them can't be fulfilled. They will narrow down to half a dozen priorities, which you can always fulfill. 100 desires will come down to half a dozen priorities, and then that is easy to fulfill. So, what are your priorities? The need behind your desires. Long term, what you want long term. Yeah, what you want long term in life. Does it? Long term priorities also change? Yes, they can also change. Mine changed. Okay. Yeah. So, long term priorities change because deeper priorities may emerge. So that's fine. But that gives you a sense of direction in life. I mean, it's nice to say, I will go where the wind and the tide takes me. Okay. The whole way, the seas await, I will go where the wind and the tide takes me. Sounds very romantic and nice. Wish I could live a life like that. No sailor in the world sails like that. I was one. We have a very clear route planned out from here to there, there to there. It's all planned out. Wind and the tide may take you offbeat a bit here and there. That's okay. A ship is off its path 90% of the times, but it always reaches the goal in time. Because a storm may push you this side, a wind may push you this side, tides will take you here. That's all fine, but you are on time to the port that you want to go, because you're clear where you want to reach. If you're not clear where you want to go, then any road is fine. Then you're a wanderer, you're a drifter. You're drifting through life. It sounds poetic, romantic. The flip side of poetry is also there. No? I know not where the white road leads.
I ask a question about these priorities.
Beg your pardon?
Because these priorities
Mhm.
sometimes can be conditioning as well.
Yeah, they can. So then you learn to get freedom of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
They can condition you. If you make it, if you get obsessive about it, or if you're committing your life so much, you're not questioning your priorities.
Yeah, because sometimes I like messages
Yeah.
from society, from
Yeah,
parents.
yeah.
That
Therefore,
make
they're
us
not
feel
really
pain.
your priorities.
Yeah.
They've been put in through people.
Yeah.
And when you start questioning your desires and getting in touch with deeper ones, in time you'll start questioning these premises also.
Yeah.
You start questioning every premise that you are brought up with will be questioned. And that's why they say have a multicultural approach. Expose yourself to other cultures and other this. In ancient India, we had this. We would say go on a pilgrimage. This pilgrimage was by bullock cart or walking or something. So let us say this guy in south of India, Rameshwaram. Say for you, the pilgrimage spot is Kashi, Banaras. No, all the way it goes. Lifestyle changes, food changes, cultural changes. I mean, India is so diverse. When the time you have reached Banaras, you have got exposed to 10 different cultures, 10 different food. So everything that you held that this is the right way of doing things, said that's one of the ways of doing things. You may still prefer that. That's okay. The South Indian will not live without his curd rice. But that's one way. Yeah, I prefer that, but there are other things. Yeah. Example, huh? Don't think I prefer that. I've forgotten what normal meal is because I eat in so many different places. So those deeper conditions also, deeper priorities will emerge. You'll question everything that the society taught you, everything that you really become independent in your thinking. And you will validate some of the things. It's not that you're going to junk everything because some of the things are valid. Things like the universal values, justice, mercy, compassion, helpfulness, consideration. Those things will validate. Certain things which are not, it's okay, it's one of the ways of doing it, the other ways of doing it, or that's not meant for me. Yeah, that's not meant for me. Okay. Yeah. Like this guy came to me years ago. He's a couple of years younger than me and a friend. Just stayed on my street. Says, Ramon, I'm looking for pain in life. I said, why? Because I want to be a writer. And if you don't experience pain, you can't be a writer. He said, turn around. My leg is ready to give you a kick. What? You wanted pain, nah? Oh my God. I was joking. I was not being philosophical. I was just being a brash youngster. I must have been in my 15, 16. So I was just being a youngster, brash. But that made him think. I didn't think he'll make him think. I didn't even plan anything. I was just joking. He thought and said, Hari, it's not always pain. You're looking for emotionally challenging situations. He understood that much more than what I said. I became the wise man for him at that time. I was not wise. At that age, I had no wisdom. So you question things. A simple joke like that make you question things, and come to deeper understanding of what life is about. Yeah, and this comes by living. Yeah. So we have certain attitudes to make this fine also, which I will, I think, elaborate after you break for tea.
Yeah.
10:30. Yeah. Don't worry, there are plenty of verses and I have plenty of time. I have 4 plus 2, 3, 4 classes today and 4 classes tomorrow, right? 8 classes.